Be here.
That's been about 10 years, I think.
I think so. It all started coming back to me the minute we sort of took the turn into the campus. I was like, oh yeah, I remember where we are. I remember these guys.
All right, well,
Yeah.
let's get started.
All
What's
right.
the name of the first song? And is this off your new release, Let It Hiss, coming out October 17th?
It is. Yep. The Barr brothers have a new record called Let It Hiss, and this is a song called Another Tangerine. If you're tired, baby, I can drive. Let's make it a point of staying alive. Open up another tangerine where the skin was dirty but the fruit was clean. I wanna love you, wanna get it right, holding you close on the edge of a knife. Wanna feel the way we did that night when the moon was heavy and the world was light. Spend a minute with me at a time, where nothing is yours and nothing is mine. To dream is by the swimming pool, when the water was warm and your skin was cool. And the harder that I try to hold on to what I've been and what I've seen and what I know and the way I think that it's supposed to go, well, the harder it gets just to see it shine. And I might not get it, but I'll always try. There's a spider in your glass of wine. I'm holding my breath, he's taking his time. There's a diamond swimming in your eye. I might not get it, but I'll always try. And the harder that I try to hold on to what I've been and what I've seen and what I know and the way I think that it's supposed to go and everything that I can and I can't control, like getting sad, like getting old, like holding my hand up against the cold. Well, the harder it gets just to see it shine. And I might not get it, but I'll always try. Yeah, I might not get it, but I'll always try.
That's Brad Barr from the Barr Brothers performing a song from their new release, Let It Hiss. That's going to come out on Friday. And give us a little bit of background on that release, such as where it was recorded and who helped you mix it.
Oh, yeah. Well, we recorded it mostly ourselves in our little studio in Montreal. Took us a little while. We were sort of still figuring out our engineering chops and if we, the songs on this record took a while to write. It was a pretty transformative period in our life. We were both had children in the last 10 years and trying to just understand scheduling and but we got a lot of help from an engineer named Jonathan Lowe, who came to us through his work with the National, and he was able to take all our sort of amateur engineering and turn it into something that is actually listenable. And in my opinion, one of my favorite record we've made.
You had a headlining tour scheduled, but you pushed that back to next year, I guess, because you're touring with Mumford & Sons right now?
Yeah. Everyone supported the idea when the offer came from Mumford & Sons to open for them in the U.S. and Europe, and we already had a tour booked. It was a pretty easy decision to make. My brother Andrew's been playing in Mumford & Sons for the last year, so I don't know. It all just seemed very serendipitous and sort of aligned with some kind of plan that wasn't I could never have planned it out, but it all came together.
And your brother playing drums with Mumford & Sons, is that how the two of you became associated, or was there something going further back?
No, that was it. Aaron Dessner, again, the National comes up. He seems like a fulcrum in the music world. He'll call Andrew often for gigs. Andrew's ended up on records like Gracie Abrams and Bon Iver, just through that association. Aaron will call Andrew, say, come down, I got a session. And he doesn't tell him what it is, doesn't tell him who he's coming to record, whose record he's coming to record on. And in this case, it was Mumford & Sons, and they just really fell in love with his drumming. And yeah, through that, I guess they became aware of us and asked us to open for them.
All right. Well, let's hear another song, then
All
we'll
right.
chat a little bit more.
Cool. So, yeah, I'm gonna do a song now. This is not off the record. This might be a Brad Barr solo song down the road. I don't know, but I hope nobody minds that I'm trying a brand new track, radio debut for you guys. This is called Mina Mina. A young coyote stumbled after 3 weeks across the desert, and his heart was beating fast as he beheld the ocean for the first time. But his breath was short and his eyes were lit. Thought if there is any truth out there, well, this must be it. That's how I felt the first time I laid eyes on you. Mina, 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 Mina. I'm the fly on the mirror, your rum and coke stirrer. I'm the ice cube melting quickly in your glass. I'm the bead of sweat tracing your scapulary pacing myself, placing myself in the small of your bag. Mina, 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 Mina. And up the road through the forest so dangerous, why does it feel like it was made for us? It's something sweet and awful that drives me, I can't explain. But if I close both my windows and I hold my breath, maybe the lack of my senses will cushion my death. Oh, this thing must be contained. I guess I'll leave now. Leave the bands by the ocean, harbor lights and vodka queens and masterminds of potions. And while, you know, breaking out the bone, breaking down the weariness, but I'm going home, and for my last trick I'll stick the knife through my guitar. I'll make it look like an accident. Blood drips down the wire, and from my lips the name they drew
There's a radio debut song there from Brad Barr of the Barr Brothers. And they're currently on tour with Mumford and Sons. They'll be at Philadelphia. That's coming up tomorrow night. It's a sold-out show, but they'll be back in town October 19th in Pittsburgh and October 20th in Detroit. There might be some tickets left for those shows. You get a little bit of help from Jim James here on this latest release. Tell us about how you got in touch with him and his band, My Morning Jacket.
Sure. Yeah, Jim came in very generously and graciously gave us a vocal track for a song called English Harbor on our record. But our friendship with Jim goes back to our days with The Slip. The Slip went on tour with My Morning Jacket, I think in 2006 or 2007, which is probably around the time we came through here, perhaps. I don't know. I know you guys have a couple of our old records from The Slip, and Jim's just been, he's just such a generous guy, such humanity. He didn't hesitate to send us this vocal, or at least he got back to us so quick and sent us the song, the vocal so fast. It was like, I think he was on his way to catch a plane, and he's like, I'm running to the airport, but I'll sing on your track before I leave. And like by that night we had the song. It was really a wonderful dude.
So your music has had several 100 million streams at this point. You also had a chance to perform on the David Letterman show. Did you get a chance to maybe hang out with him a little bit?
Just in that moment when, he walks from his desk over to the band and hangs out for a sec. But he was, I felt like an actual real warmth and curiosity from him about our music. Maybe he's just very good at doing that, making everybody feel like, he's genuinely interested. But he was, it was one of the last. It was like I think a month after we were on there, he parted from the station. That was like one of his last months on the air. We did it twice, but yeah, the second time was especially cool to do it. I mean, I think he'd already grown the beard. He was already on his way out the door. We're really lucky to get on there.
Well, your last Barr Brothers release, it's been almost 10 years since that, but you and your brother have also done some side projects and collaborated with some other folks. And the next thing you guys do you think it'll be a Barr Brothers release again, or is it back to the collaborating with other people?
No, we're pretty resigned now to getting something out annually. There was a big gap there. It was as I mentioned before, just sort of figuring out. We've been pushing at this since we were teenagers, and then when COVID hit, we got this pause, and we got to really examine how we're doing things. How we're just handling stuff and where we're at and how we feel about it all. And now that we're back on track, it feels like I think we're just going to keep releasing Barr Brothers records until we croak. That's my hope. So the next and the solo stuff and Andrew working with other musicians, this is all really just good fuel for whatever the Barr Brothers ends up doing. I plan on releasing more solo records. I know he plans on continuing as a drummer with whoever is, whether it's Feist or Mumford and Sons, or he loves doing that, and I love playing solo shows for 50 people. So all of this sort of lends to whatever the Barr Brothers experience is for us.
Well, thanks for coming in this morning and sharing some new music with us.
Yeah.
You got time for one more before you take off?
I'd love to. Yeah, I'm gonna try. This is, I guess it would be a radio debut of the solo version of this song. I've never played this one solo before. It's called Naturally. It was the single before the most recent single off the new record. On the album, it has guests like Ariel Engel from La Force, Patrick Watson, Marco Benevento, I think Stuart Bogey. It's like a very full track on the record. As far as the friends that came out to help us out. Wish me luck here. I think I remember all the chords. It's a lot of chords. I had to walk off gym with blood in my eye. Had to watch me and my friends from my hometown malfunction, and we couldn't say why. If we could only reveal the shame that we feel and learn how to deal naturally. Rowed my boat to the shore. There's no one to baptize. Had the wine from the good Lord and the cold from the World War, and had the perfect disguise. Everybody but me saw what I couldn't see. Had the right to agree naturally. At night I've been walking the valley from the hearth to the hippodrome, overthrown. I'm taking my leave from the world where I don't belong. Even swans out here don't sing their own songs. I've been trying to wrap my arms around it, but my head don't always feel like I'm handling it. Oh, without you and all that you do, well, I wouldn't be me naturally. Walking the valley from the hearth to the hippodrome, overthrown. I'm taking my leave from the world where I don't belong. Naturally, naturally. There've been so many friends I've relied on in life, so many shoulders I've cried on. There've been so many buzzes I've tied on, till someone come along and turn the light on.